In this module, you have already learned about the basic rules for apostrophes. In this video, I will explain some additional guidelines as described in Casagrande's punctuation book. We learned that the normal rule for making the possessive for a singular common noun ending in S is to add an apostrophe plus an S. Note that the AP style guide has an exception. Its recommendation is to add an apostrophe without the S if the word following the possessive starts with an S. An example, an octopus's sight is pretty amazing. A similar exception occurs with proper names. While the other style guides state that a proper name ending in S forms a possessive by adding an apostrophe S, AP once again says that we should only add an apostrophe to make the possessive. Example, Thomas's book, AP versus Thomas's book, other style guides. A singular word that ends in S and doesn't change in the plural forms its possessive with just an apostrophe in both the singular and plural forms. An example of an innovative series ending is The Sopranos, one series. The two series beginning are quite similar, two series. If the final S in a word is silent, add only an apostrophe to make the possessive. Example, Illinois highways. Note, however, that making a word that ends in S, a silent S, possessive, causes the final S to be pronounced as is. If you're using a font that has curved apostrophes, your word processor may change an apostrophe at the beginning of a word to a single quotation mark because the software thinks that you're starting a quotation. That causes an error. Apostrophes curve to the left like a comma, where single quotation marks curve to the right like a C. Example, 70s, wrong, versus 70s, correct. One way to fix the problem in Word is to highlight the single quotation mark, go to the Insert menu, click on Symbols, click on More Symbols, and then select the apostrophe. Another way is to use a keyboard shortcut. Highlight the single quotation mark, hold down the Control key, and double-click on the image on the single quotation apostrophe key twice.